Hey, what's going on guys, it's Lasty here and welcome back to another episode of TOTS versus Sweat. First off, if you guys are looking to buy some coins, be sure to go and check out UT Coin Traders. As always, link will be in the description below for you guys. And as you can see in the top left corner, we have gone with TOTS versus Sweat, and this is going to be a 4-4-1-1 squad. And it is obviously going to be on Ligue 1 or Ligue 1, the French League, whatever you'd like to call it. And we are going to be putting an informed goalkeeper in, because that means we have 5 TOTS players to put in and 5 Sweat players to put in. Makes it even, pretty much. So in goal we have got this informed keeper, Ruffier, who I've got to say is an incredible goalkeeper. He cost me 13,000 coins, and I really like him. I've used him about 3 times now, and he consistently saves so many shots from me. I think it's because he's got 88 reflexes and 84 diving. I mean, they're really good stats to have. He does parry a lot of shots, but he's a really sick goalkeeper. I literally highly recommend him for any French squad. He beats Mandanda hands down. Haven't tried the Landral team of the season yet, so but this guy is really, really good. So definitely recommend him. Right then, so our first battle is between the right back Mariano, who is our Sweat player, and the left back over here, who is going to be Tremolinas or something. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. But looking at the statage there, we've got Mariano is worse in every single category apart from pace, of which he has 2 more than Tremolinas. And I can just pretty much say that I actually would say that Mariano is a better player. Tremolinas is pretty good, don't get me wrong, and they're so similar that I could almost call this a draw. But the factor is that they both get forward, which is quite good, and they're both little guys, so you're not expecting them to do too much defending. But when they get forward, Mariano having them 4-star skills is actually really helpful, and I found that paid off quite well. So basically, Mariano wins this one. So currently Sweat is 1-0 up against TOTS, but you know, it's only because of the value for money thing. Like, you can get Mariano for 800 coins, whereas Tremolinas cost me about 70,000. So value for money is just, yeah, go with Mariano or that sort of equivalent. He's a better player in that aspect. Right, centre backs then. Our TOTS player is going to be Nkulu, and our Sweat player is going to be Sako. So basically, you can pick Sako up for about 1,000 coins. And Nkulu cost me about 80,000, I believe. So, you know, there's a lot of price difference in that one. And Sako is an incredibly good player. Nkulu's better in every single stat apart from heading, of which they share 81. And I would actually say that Nkulu is a better player. I thought that I would like Sako more because I think he's a bit taller. Nkulu's not, you know, he doesn't seem like a centre-back because he's only like 5'10", 5'11", something like that. But he does an incredible job. His pace is insane, and because he's not like 6'4" or something like that, he seems quicker, because to me, smaller players always seem a little bit quicker. And he's always in a good position. He blocks a lot of shots. He's great at standing tackles and stuff like that. So I would say Nkulu does win here in this category against Sako. Obviously, you can also get the the team of the season Sako. So it would be good to compare maybe him against his regular card at some point, which I might do. But would obviously just need 2 different teams to use them in. So yeah, currently 1-1. TOTS wins that little battle right there. Let's go for our centre mids, shall we? So for the TOTS, we have got Matuidi. And for the Sweat, we have got Musa Sissoko, who is one of my favourite players in this game. He's awesome. Stat-wise, he's great across the board. So is Matuidi. Matuidi is kind of better in everything apart from a couple of pace, and his shooting is not quite as good. But what I found, actually, was I expected this one. When I made the team, I expected Sissoko to absolutely own Matuidi, just because he seems to be great at defending, but he's also pretty good going forward, and he's got a nice shot on him. But actually, Matuidi, surprisingly enough, was a really great central midfielder. I always thought he'd be a lot better at a CDM, and that he would play kind of rubbish if he was to go forward and stuff. But he scored a goal or 2 for me, and did really well, surprisingly so. So actually, Matuidi beats Sissoko here. Having 83 passing over Sissoko's 70 is actually quite important. He does feed a lot of balls through to our centre forward and striker, and that did cause quite a lot of my goals. So that's one of the reasons why he wins. But yeah, Matuidi, definitely recommend him. He's a good player. I didn't think I would you know, enjoy him as much as I did, but very surprisingly good player. Right, left mid and right mid. We have got Payet or Payet, I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, and then Jimmy Briand. So, again, I thought this one was going to be more of a sweat than the TOTS, because I've never used Payet, and although his card looks insane, I just felt like he might have been one of those players who was absolutely rubbish. And I know Jimmy Briand in previous FIFAs has been exceptional on this game. So, I thought Briand was going to smash it, but actually Payet is incredible. He's one of the most interesting players I've used in this game in a long time. He's got 89 pace, 87 shooting, 87 passing, and 86 dribbling, as well as 4-star skills and weak foot. And he's right-footed on that left-hand side, so he cuts in and scores some lovely goals, and also sets up a hell of a lot. Don't get me wrong, Briand did score a couple for me, and I wasn't expecting too many goals to come from our left and right mid in this formation. He did score a couple, but Payet seemed to provide a lot more, and that was about the only thing Briand did, was score 2 goals in the games that I played. But other than that, Payet just seemed more prolific, he set a lot more stuff up, and I really enjoyed him. I'm looking to get him into another team, and I know when that happens with me that I obviously really enjoyed the player when I'm already thinking of another squad to use them in. So currently TOTS is absolutely smashing Sweat. They're 3-1 up against the Sweat this week, which is quite good. Right, and our final two, the final battle, is between our centre forward and our striker, and we have gone with 2 beasts actually. And we've gone with the team of the season, Cabela. I actually pulled this guy in a pack. Not this particular one, I sold that one straight away. But I did buy this one back for about 50,000 coins in the centre forward spot, which was a good price at the time. But he's got 85 pace and 85 dribbling, being the 2 standout stats on him. And then Aubameyang is really pacey, 93. He's also 6'1", so he's kind of an aerial threat as well. Both were incredible at finishing the ball. I found Cabela to be a bit more of an interesting player, and Aubameyang to be kind of just, you know, get your head down and run and then shoot. He's got a lovely shot on him, to be fair. So unfortunately this one is going to end up in a draw, because both players were quite interesting. I thought Aubameyang was just going to be Sweat and nothing else, but he turned out to be a pretty good player. So I'm looking to get his team of the season right wing card into a squad, maybe with Payet, and then maybe we'll put big man Ibrahimovic up the top in between them, so we could definitely do that. But yeah, so this one's a draw, so you can give a point to Sweat and TOTS. So it ends up at 4-2 to TOTS this week. So that's a promising thing. Normally you would think that Sweat would outdo them just because pace is everything on this game. And the thing to note is that this team itself is all really quick. The average pace of this team is 85, which I think is the quickest team I've ever used. And that really did show, and it is important in FIFA Ultimate Team. So I've really enjoyed this team. I'm going to keep it for a while, I think. But I hope you've enjoyed. Drop a like if you have. I'd love to hit 1,000 likes on this. That would be insane. And I'll talk to you in a second, because I'll show you some goals. Okay, it is time to show you some of the goals. First off is a header here from Sacco, which ends up in the back of the net somehow. I'm not quite sure how. But, you know, a goal nonetheless. Then we get a cross in here from Matuidi to have a nice little finish. Nice chest down and goal there. Nice little guy. A good player, as I mentioned earlier. And then we do actually get a goal with Sissoko finally. But that's about all he did for me, so a little bit unfortunate this time. Then Payet playing a lovely cross in, and Briand. He's basically, that's the battle that was between Payet and Briand, and he's actually setting him up, which is quite good. But then we move on to Payet's clips, and I've got to say, he's the most interesting TOTS player I've used in so long. You can't really count Ibra because he's just like a different kind of monster. But this guy was so good. He's really great on the ball, an insane shot, great dribbling like right here, and he still manages to find the back of the net. This one again with a nice heel click type thing, and then he's away and nuts as David Luiz there for the nice finesse into the back of the net. And then I think this was a nice goal as well, through the legs of the defender there, but bang, top of the net. A really great player. As I said, one of the most interesting I've used in a while, as well as this guy, Cabela. Really enjoyed him too. They're 2 players that I'm going to highly recommend to you guys use. Go out and buy them if you've got the you know, the coinage. Look at this, by the way, nice fuck up. Finally, I was getting absolutely annihilated by this guy with a sweaty Bunda team, but in the end we get a nice goal there with Cabela. And again, he just finishes. He's a really solid little card, and I think this next goal is my favourite one with him. Lovely little scoop, and then just such a nice finish into the back of the net. Really solid player. Him and Ayah, definitely recommend him. And now we move on to the final goals, which are from Aubameyang. First off, a lovely goal there. Really nice goal. He actually scored some insane goals for me. Like the last one I'm going to show you is just awesome. But this one just showing his pace and his sweat right there. He gets through and he's not going to miss that one at all. This one I think was kind of like that other stupid goal that Cabela just scored. He manages to work his way through, like cuts the defender away, goes to shoot, gets blocked, and then it just falls to his feet, which is nice. But this is the final goal. Surely this goal right here deserves a like. Ball through, just dinks it back round, and then a smash into the top of the net. What a goal. What a team. Really enjoyed it. Hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves, and I'd absolutely love to hit 1,000 likes on this. That would be insane. Really appreciate your guys' support. Just look at that goal again. Right. I'll catch you next time, guys. Peace.